thinking, and I can tell without you ever speaking. We don't do well when we're apart. We both went far too long without a fresh start. I can tell exactly what you're thinking, and I can tell without you ever speaking. You need the right vibration to change your situation. Good conversation to raise your expectation. You need the right vibration to change your situation. Good conversation to raise your expectations. I try to understand how it came to be alive. Change your situation. Good conversation to raise your expectations. You need the right vibration to change your situation. Good conversation to raise your expectations. I try to understand how it came to be alive. So yeah, we got one more for you guys. It's called Break the Cycle. And yeah, here it goes. Better if I don't say. Then again, we're all standing our own way. Discipline, break the trend. I know that regardless of what I choose, you'll be better without me. And still I crave that which destroys me. Break the cycle. Or will you face denial, denial? Break the cycle. Or will you face denial, denial? Lately, you've been keeping a distance. That being said, I know you're better without me. But still I crave that which destroys me. Break the cycle. Or will you face denial, denial? Break the cycle. Or will you face denial, denial? Break the cycle, or will you face denial? cycle? Or will you face denial, denial? Break the cycle. Or will you face denial, denial? Break the cycle. Or will you face denial, denial? Break the cycle. Or will you face denial, denial? Cool. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I guess. Oh, you did? Okay. Okay, can you just give me like 2 minutes?
Get the man some water.
Hi, I'm Valerie from the Indie Distributor and Gussapolooza Music Festival. I'm here today with the Human Drive, our grand prize winners of this year's festival. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Josh.
I'm Adam.
I'm John. And I'm Nick.
Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
How did you hear about Gussapolooza Music Festival?
I think I first saw it online on Instagram. People were hyping it up, a couple bands, a couple years ago. I thought, looks like fun, so yeah, online.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What makes this festival different from the rest?
I think clearly it just kind of gives local bands like the ability to, I don't know, experience like a festival, Woodstock type of feel, and something that they might not be exactly accustomed to. Kind of us, we're used to playing in many bars in Toronto and stuff, so actually playing at a festival was like a brand new experience for us, and outdoors, and yeah, just being able to be there with other bands and stuff, and just kind of like.
Was this your first festival?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
awesome.
It was amazing. As I said, yeah.
Awesome. What does indie mean to you?
I don't know. I don't know if I speak for the entire band when I say it, but I'd say like indie just it's something new, right? Like it's kind of giving like a fresh spark to things that have been in music, at least, that have been done many times in the past, but also doing it in different ways to kind of keep it fresh, right? So indie is just, to me, it's just an opportunity to just carve out your own path within the music industry.
Yeah. Anyone else want to?
Or like independent music, basically, kind of what I kind of think when I hear indie, like without a label type thing, So, and that's more and more nowadays. You see that with bands. You don't really necessarily need to be signed to make it with YouTube and all the other streaming opportunities there is. So that's kind of what it means to me.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right. Where did the name The Human Drive come from?
That would be me, yeah. I don't want to know the answer. All right, you guys want to know? Yeah. All right, so there's a little band called CKY from back in the day. Maybe Bam Margera's brother plays drums. And yeah, Jackass and all that kind of stuff. And they had a song called The Human Drive in Hi-Fi. And I always thought The Human Drive would be a great band name, so I took it from that song and
Awesome.
cut it off.
There you go.
There it is.
Now you guys know too.
Origin story.
Yeah. How long have you been a band, and how did the Human Drive come to be? Like, how did you guys meet?
Well, me and Nick kind of started the Human Drive like back in high school or just out of high school, just jamming drum and bass for a couple of years. Yeah, just.
Yeah, you guys were doing it for a while, right?
Doing it for a while, yeah. But like even the Mountains was a song that we had written. 8 years, 9 years. Long time, and we would just played it like bass and drums with different effects and stuff. And then finally, when we hooked up with Adam, started playing guitar for us, and John, I added lyrics to it, and that kind of became like our first single type thing. But yeah, long time, probably like over 10 years for me and Nick, but the rest of the boys, it's been like 7 years. So yeah.
Awesome.
Even my joining the band is actually kind of funny. It's so I come from an area where like instruments, guitars, bass. It's not like people aren't really into that.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of felt like a little bit of an outcast. So I'm like, okay, how am I going to connect with people? So Kijiji. I'm just like, okay, let's see who's looking for a guitar player. And then, just me, I showed up one day. I'm like, hey, boys, you're looking for a guitar player? And then it just stuck ever since then. So,
Awesome.
yeah, I actually like to tell that story because it's pretty unorthodox. Like, you never really, you don't really hear that too much, right? So
No, it's normally friends of friends.
yeah,
or
friends
whatever.
of friends
Yeah.
or whatever. But no, I honestly just went online and I'm like, I typed in looking for a guitar player. And I think it was like the first ad clicked. I'm like, okay, not too far. And
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, and like weirdly enough, when he even says that, it's weird that I even put a Kijiji ad out.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
man,
the ad would have been there.
but yeah, it's just like whatever, yeah. But hey, it worked out. Look at that. So
It works, yeah.
Internet.
Awesome. How have you guys managed to keep improving as a band after years of playing?
We try to keep a pretty tight rehearsal schedule. Try to get together every week, every 2 weeks, and that we find kind of oils the machine and gets us up to snuff. But even the pandemic, we had a lot of time, obviously alone and stuff like that. So all of us were able to kind of work on our writing skills and all that kind of stuff too. So now that we're coming out of that, it just seems like some of the creativity is flowing, and we're able to make some new songs up and kind of hear who we are as a band and kind of go with that sound and keep working towards it and working towards improvement. Anyway.
Yeah. No, I think with social media and everything now, you might think you're pretty good, and then you start scrolling and you see people that are just it can be depressing and bring you down, but you need to look at it as
Inspiring.
As inspiring,
Yeah.
exactly right. And I know a lot of us listen to some fairly virtuosoistic playing. Is that the right word? I don't know. So that can be very inspiring and always pushing us to be better.
For sure. Yeah. Definitely.
Well, that kind of leads into the next question. What is your songwriting process like, and what inspires you guys to write such great tunes?
Well, thanks for the compliment. But, well, we started off I would, being like the singer and stuff, I would kind of bring an idea to the guys, either at band practice or a crappy demo I made up on myself on GarageBand or Logic, whatever. And then kind of let everybody else put their special sauce on it and see, what it turns out to be. Some songs work, some songs, don't, or still a work in progress. Sometimes we shelf stuff and everything, but I like to just try to bring an idea and see if the guys vibe with it. Then we kind of work on it all together and bring what we're going to bring to the table with it. And John's been writing some songs too, which is not like it's all me, but
No lyrics for me. I can't
no.
write.
Yeah, but it's cool to now be at the point where, John has been in the band for a couple years, or not a couple years, many years, and he understands what the human drive is, so we can kind of he can bring me an instrumental, and then I'll, scratch some vocals for him, and then we can kind of vibe, is this kind of what you had in mind? And then, hey, we got a couple songs now that
They have the John touch on them.
they have the touch, yeah. So it's kind of cool to see that collaboration over the years, too.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's always been a big collaborative effort. We've never written one song fully with only one of us, right? We've always had, a verse and an idea that we would build off of, and then through band practice and the time between band practice and everything, we would always come up with different ideas and different parts for it. So it's just been a nice collaborative effort, I think, in the writing process.
That's awesome.
Things are always changing. Even songs that have been recorded, we might play a little differently now than when we recorded them. It's always evolving, right?
Yeah.
We don't play our EP the same as any of those recordings anymore. It's all different than the recordings now.
That happens. What other bands or artists inspired you to pursue music?
For me, I come from I love heavier music, like Meshuggah, The Contortionist, Tool. Those are my biggest influences, even though even if I could be a quarter of, if my talent that I can get and put down on the drums is even a quarter as good as they are, then, I'm happy. But that's for me. For me, it's all heavier bands. I'm in more progressive bands that get a little bit more technical, but that's it for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of grew up on classic rock and Zeppelin, Stones, Beatles, all that stuff. So that's definitely got a place in my heart. And then kind of moved to heavier stuff as well as I got older, and into the more technical, progressive. I like a lot of instrumental music. No offense. And always looking for new stuff. That's the other good thing. Right?
Yeah, same. Queens of the Stone Age, like 90s bands, obviously grunge stuff. Yeah, I like, and same thing too. I like a lot of instrumental music now too, because sometimes, just want to hear the music. And I think we all come from different backgrounds, and it all, like, we try to find, a slot in it for everybody to come through. And we try to, like, mesh it up as best we can.
I consider myself an old soul with my music taste. Youngest member. I like classic rock. I just love it, and I really try to emulate that through my playing. I just feel like I connect so well with the music, and these guys, they're always like, try this, I'll try this, and I do, and I like it, but where the heart is, you know what I mean? That's just, it resonates so well with me, and I think it just, like I said, I really try to let that speak through my playing, so, and I'm proud of it. I really am. That's all, like, that's how much I identify with it. So.
Yeah. Perfect. What's some good advice you received early on, and what advice would you give to the other up-and-coming bands out there?
So I went to a drum clinic with Matt Halpern, I don't know, years ago. And the number one piece of advice that always stuck with me was just don't write music for other people. Write music for yourself. If you can enjoy the music that you're writing and you are actually like inspired by what music you're playing, keep doing that. Don't try to mold yourselves into things that you think people want to hear, because that people are going to see that. They're going to see right through it, and it's not going to come across as authentic, right? So for me, it's just been, if you enjoy playing it, like, stay true to yourself and don't waver from that, because that's going to showcase more than trying to mold yourself into what you think people want to hear.
Yeah, 100%.
I know, I think it was one of our earlier shows. I don't remember which promoter it was, but whoever the promoter of the show was talking about, all these guys, they play together with different bands. You don't know the other bands. And they kind of crap on the other bands. And it's like, just be friendly to each other. And, like, that goes a long way.
Community.
And, that's all I got.
And even, like, kind of to go what you were saying earlier, like, I remember we went and saw Animals as Leaders, which is, like, a pretty really skilled, like, almost like watching, like, football players up there, or like basketball players do trick shots. They're so good at their instruments, and it's like an entire hour set where you're just, like, in awe of their musical talent. And the lead guy there, Tosin, said, like, if you would have told me, like, 8 years ago I'd be touring the world playing, like, this crazy progressive type of music, like, I would have laughed in your face. Like, same thing, like, just do what you love, and hopefully it catches on type thing. So I think that even with our music style and stuff, like, we try to keep it original. We try to keep it, like, you get hints of certain stuff, but, like, we do have our own sound. I'd like to think that we got going on that, you can't exactly place it, but it doesn't sound so foreign that you're like, I can't vibe with this type thing. So that's kind of our goal, is to try to write music that has that going for it,
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome. What is the craziest story or wildest adventures you guys have had as a band?
We've had some pretty good shows at Sneaky D's, where, like, the after parties at the bars and stuff have been pretty wild. Like, those are a lot of fun. Whatever. We ended up going to what was it 3 years ago with the Rock Search thing?
Yeah, we did.
97.7. So I think we placed, like, 8th out of all Ontario, or we made the top 8. Out of all Ontario. And we ended up going to St. Catharines on, like, a Wednesday to go play a gig, and it was in, like, this, like, dive, but it was pretty epic. Like, it was a good show. The result would have been lots of good bands there. Yeah, the result, obviously, we would have liked to come out on top, but it's a stepping stone for us to where we want to get to. But yeah, I would say those. You guys think of anything else? Really, like?
I'd say the Rock Surge thing was another, like, opportunity for us. That kind of, like, professional stage lighting, all that kind of stuff. That really, like, we really gave it our all, and it was really cool, to be able to take that step. And like Fini said, like, some of the bands we were playing with there were just, amazing local bands as well. So we felt honored to be to that part in the competition type thing. So yeah. Guess we're boring, but yeah. Keep it PG.
Too crazy.
You guys are wild.
What were some of your
Sorry.
What were some of your favorite bands or performances from Gussapolooza 2022?
I really dug the Jailbirds. I thought they were absolutely awesome. A wicked band. 30-06 was sick too. Jailbirds and Drop Top Alibi is always good too. They're good guys. They're crazy. Yeah, they won the Rock Search, so yeah, deserving.
they
Like
did,
they're
right,
they're a
yeah.
great band,
Yeah.
and yeah. But honestly, I think the Jailbirds honestly took it home for me. I was really blown away by their whole vibe and stuff. They're a wicked band.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah.
What's next for the band, and where can people follow you?
Well, the prize money and everything is really going to come into in handy. Rather, we're going to get back in the studio November, hopefully early December as well, and work on getting some new music out, because that's basically where we want to go. It's been 2 years off, so we're using this as momentum to release some new music and really focus on that for the new year and stuff, because it's been a while since we released music, and now that we have no excuse with a little bit of money and a little bit of backing here, that's our focus. So yeah.
Yeah, social media. Yeah. You can follow us all on social media, Instagram. I think we're The Human Drive on Instagram. I think on Facebook and stuff like that as well. Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music, we're on all of it. Yeah, and that's probably going to be it. We're going to have like the new music, probably try to get it released early in the new year if all goes well. So just keep your eyes peeled and your ears ready to rock, baby.
Well, congratulations again, guys, and thanks for coming out.
Yeah, thank you very much.